back Wednesday. High fives all over the place. Let's get some chest bumping in here. Let's get some love shared around the place. Let's get some love in here shared. All right. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If you're celebrating something today, with a job raise or a promotion, congratulations. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. If you got some good news for us, let us all in it. Let us all in on it. But hey, NBA, Major League Baseball, NFL, cheating in sports. And I saw this interesting piece on kids in sports. I'm going to get my little thoughts on that right there. But if it's your first time tuning in, thank you so much. There are several ways you can follow the show. We have a page on Facebook, Who's to Blame, Instagram, Who's to Blame, the podcast, Twitter at W2B Dre Montez. And you're on here right now, you following this show, and I appreciate it. Also, throughout our podcasting platforms, we're on Anchor, SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean as well, Google, and also we're on YouTube under Dre Montez. So thank you right there. It's Way Back Wednesday edition of the show. By the way, happy anniversary to the Weed Squad, our title sponsor. Check them out online at theweedsquad.com. You can find a little bit more information on how to get your Missouri medicinal card. Yeah, you can figure out a way to do it or stop by their location at 8088 Watson Road. They will get you taken care of over there. My man Rob will get it done, and the lovely Jordan or Miss Morgan, they will all take care of you over there. And on this Way Back Wednesday edition of the show, I'm thinking back how days of yesteryear, before we get into sports, before we get into all that, I remember a time when couples were together, they had nicknames for each other. Boo Boo, Sweetie, Baby, my man. The cute little nicknames. They would dress alike and things like that. It was kind of cute at that time. The PDA was off the chain. That means public display of affection for all of you new listeners out there that don't understand acronyms out there. But that's one of them. And as you get older, you get adjusted. Is that the way? But here in 2020, you don't hear those type of nicknames for each other. It's motherfucker and bitch. Those are nicknames for most couples nowadays. They dressing alike. No, not at all. They're not dressing alike at all. The PDA is out the window. Something happened. Something happened. I don't know what it was. I'm not here to give advice on how to bring it back. You're talking to a man who's been married 4 times, would never the fuck do it again. So you got to worry about me giving advice like that at all. But a little word of advice. Don't compromise your position or abort your cause. Right there. That's the phrase of this Wednesday. Don't compromise your principles or abort your cause. Right there. Or abandon your cause. Don't do it. Don't do it. I think that right there is really, really significant at this particular time that we're dealing with right there. You remember that phrase? I think it'll make it a whole lot better. I got another one for you. You can't go over the fence because it's too high. You can't go around it because it's too wide. You can't go up under it because it's too deep. But you can go through the gate. It's just like a man sitting on the stove. You turn on that fire, he usually jump up to something much higher. Oh, we're getting deep. I didn't think I would get deep this early, but damn it. Some things bring it out. Maybe it's a cup of coffee. Maybe it's the fact you cook yourself breakfast or the food that you want to eat in the morning and get you all ready. So I'm all ready and locked in to go. Major League Baseball. That man did it. That man being Albert Pujols, number 5, hit another home run yesterday. Bring our total to 698. We're one away from tying Willie Mays. We're one shot. Whoa. Hey now, we're getting there. We're getting close. We're getting so close. Man, and all this trash talk that Albert Pujols received on his exit here from St. Louis, I love the people that chime in about Pujols that say he was in it for the money. He was a traitor. He lied to us. I have a question. When's the last time an athlete told you the truth? They don't tell their wife the truth. They don't tell their agent the truth. They don't even tell their best friend the truth. So what truth does an athlete owe the fans? Not a fucking thing. All I know, number 5, you did nothing wrong in the eyes of Dre Montez. You keep hitting them bombs, the machine. You and Deidre keep it up out there. You had to do what you had to do. That's all I'm talking about. A trader in sports. If you're not a sports fan, if you believe that a professional athlete is really going to think about the fans before they sign a contract, an extension, or thinking about a trade. Before I sign this, shit, Dre may get mad I leave. Ah, before I sign this, I got to think about little Timmy. Please. They don't care about us. And it's fine with me. It's fine with me. My dad tried to tell me when I was a kid, them athletes don't care about you. But you can't tell a child that. Because when you get your first autograph, you're locked in. You make that eye contact. You feel personal with the guy. Not saying I ever got an autograph from Pujols. Seen him many a times. Gave him a ride on a golf cart one time, but I've never asked him for autograph. I don't need to. It's already right here. It's in the heart. It's in the heart. But those of you that still chase autographs, you know that look I'm talking about. You feel like the Jedi mind trick is going on when they get you right there. That's okay. That's okay. Who's to blame? I have to say I was wrong about Mike Trout. I was hard on Mike Trout, getting paid $500 million, knocking his old lady up, wife, and decided to take a 3-day paternity leave to be with his wife. He wanted to take time off from the team. In a 60-game pandemic season, shortened season, no. You better videotape it and VR it. That's what I was thinking. But Mike Trout shut me the hell up by hitting a home run in his first game back yesterday. Bomb. Just straight bomb right there. Speaking of doing some good things, has anybody been watching Oakland A's lately? Ever since I watched Moneyball 2 times in 1 week, the A's have been doing something. They got 4 straight, man, by 1 run. 4 games by 1 run in this crazy rendition of a Major League Baseball season that we have going on. I still don't get the point of the extra innings, going 13 innings with a runner on second. You got some explaining to do. The pitching has been off the chain. The clutch hitting is missing a little bit. If you don't believe me, let's talk to their teams that cheated. Houston, how those top 3 doing? How that lineup doing in Houston? No trash can banging for you, huh? Nobody flashing a T-shirt up and down. No whistles. You got to hit on your own now. Yeah, it's starting to show right now. It is starting to show. One thing I would like to applaud Major League Baseball on is the throwback uniforms they've been letting these guys wear. I wish they would go to sublimation because an authentic Major League Baseball uniform is hot as fuck. I don't know how those guys do it on these crazy temperatures throughout the Midwest and the Southeast region. I don't know how they do it, especially out there on the left coast. But these throwback unis have been doing it. Like the San Diego Padres. Man, if you talking about Brown gets it done, that brown and yellow looks so good together. It's some of these teams look like softball teams to me. I mean, they're already there with the uniforms, the runner on second base, 7 innings in a doubleheader, umpires blind as fuck. They're real close to being a softball league. They are really, really close to being an official damn softball league, the way everything has been going. Here on this Way Back Wednesday edition of Who's to Blame, it's your boy here, Dre Montez. And I'm just getting some sports off my chest right now. There's some other things I want to get off my chest. We get up there in a minute. But the NFL, kids, not for long. Not for long. The National Football League. Happy belated birthday to T12. That man, terrific Tom, is 4'3", and the dude look hungry, and he look good, and he's not talking trash. Proof is in the pudding. Some people don't have to talk. They just go out there and produce. And people wonder how they do it. Because the train of thought is somewhere else. Others' train of thought is jaw jabbing. But you're tiring yourself out. You're not keeping your eye on the prize. You know, it's like the Kansas City Shuffle. You looking over here, there's a whole lot going on over here. Not everybody has those hidden intangibles like T12 has, but it's good to see these guys getting out there and working out and getting it in. I'm starting to like that right there, the thought of this. Speaking of the NFL, I ran across something the other day that, what a head scratcher. I was born in 1970. Anything before that, I got to take your word for it. I didn't see it unless it's some old video footage with the old Steve Sable. It was a cold and illustrious day at Lambeau Field, and they called his name like no one has ever done before, Vincent Lombardi. We don't get that no more. We don't get that voice anymore. But it said that the greatest NFL draft class was 1967. That blew my mind. 1967 had 10 Hall of Famers. 10. 10. Everyone talks about the 83, 84 draft class with quarterbacks. What draft class really steps out to you, whether it was for your team, whether it was just the amount of impactful players that produced in the NFL throughout the years after that draft class? For me, what comes to mind is 1996, the year of the receiver. Keisha Johnson went first. Sorry, Keyshawn Johnson went first. Don't fight. Ray Lewis is in that draft. Marvin Harrison was in that draft. John Runyon. John Mobley was in that draft. Who else? Who else? There were some great, impactful players that were in that draft. Jonathan Ogden was in that draft as well. But that 67 draft, I don't know everybody that was in that draft, but just looking at the numbers and seeing 10 people come out of one NFL draft class, damn. Damn. I don't know how many of you have been to Canton, Ohio. Raise your hand if you have. Oh, okay, I see you back there in the back. You've been. Okay. Your hand up or down? Okay, I see it. All right. You got to get to Canton. It's a trip you must take your son to and do the slow talk with him. Point to the people. Let him know what that person meant to the game on what you remember, not what the placard says and not what the video is telling you. Give your own thought before you push the button so it can tell you about the guy the way the NFL wants to, the way the NFL is going to do it up there in Canton, Ohio, right there. Wow. But what draft class steps out to you? You can email me or you can text it right here and I'll see it and I'll comment on it. Let me know what you think about that. The NBA. The NBA. Are you guys liking the NBA right now so far, the way it's been played with no fans? I like the way they're doing the virtual fans. It's pretty cool. I like the way they're doing the virtual cheerleaders. I like the fact they're in the bubble, except if you want some wings from the strip club. Show them titties. You get a discount if I get a lap dance. How much of the wings if I get a dance to go? Can I get a dance to go? I want to know that right. Who's to blame? Lakers got number 1 seed. Yes. And here's something I'm starting to really appreciate with this new schedule that the NBA came out in this pandemic season right now. The afternoon games during the week. I like that. That's pretty cool. It feels like a businessman special in New York. How they make the game so early. You see people still in suits. Back in the day, you're like, well, all these people in suits. Well, they never went home from work. You go from work to the game because you got to show the clients a good time. That's what it was like back then. I've also noticed tempers on a high in the NBA. If you don't believe me, let's talk to the Greek freak. He almost put them hands on. A pandemic fight in the NBA would have been the worst thing since the Malice at the Palace. Nobody wants to go back there. Nobody wants to relive that moment. Nobody does. Nobody wants to see none of the sports getting in a fight so bad that you got to hide your kids from the TV. Baby, go in the room. You don't want to see it. And you shaking your head in disbelief. I can't believe this is going on. The temper's on the high in the NBA. You're in a bubble. They can't get their issue off. You know what I mean? And, you can hear a majority of the trash talking. If you have ESPN3, there's no commentating. It's just the game itself. It's eerie, but it's cool. You can hear every damn thing. Everything. So, that right there is pretty damn fun to me. Shout out to the sponsors over here in Bell Vegas as well. Got Rogers Place, 4322 located at 322 East Main, Tavern on Main, The Office Lounge, shout out to the patio, Margaritas on Main, 7 Bar and 7 Sushi Bar. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Your friend and my friend and Kurt Copeland and friends. I have an open mic night tonight at 7 Bar and 7 Sushi Bar. For my comic book lovers out there, you got Cosmic Comics and Collectibles. They're located at 132 West Main. Got R&R Services taking care of your roofing, siding, home improvement needs right there for you. In room additions, 618-257-8644. For all the single ladies out there, anything over 36D, you can get a discount at R&R Services. It's so wrong with me. Southern Illinois Independent Placement, 618-722-0173. My man Keith will take care of you right there. And also Bigfoot Comics at 101 East B Street, as well as CNC Food for Your Soul at 1926 West Main. Food so good, you slap the hell out your sister. What you hit me for? All right, folks, can we get deep here for a minute? Can we get deep for just 1 second here? 1 second. I want to talk about something that is becoming to be a problem out here. Like my childhood, it was a problem. In high school, growing up. And maybe a few years ago, it became another issue. And we already know what's going on in the real world, or IRL, for those folks out there that love acronyms. Your boy right here included. And it's dealing with cheating in sports. Now, we know there have been accusations. There have been people really found guilty of this. There's been actual video footage. We've heard from the actual people that participated in sports, that actually cheated and benefited from this. But years later, we hear the fallout, the rebuttal, the content, the hidden narrative on cheating in sports. Well, as a young man, I've been on both sides of cheating. I've been a part of a team that cheated, but I didn't know it. And I've been taken advantage of by teams that beat us by cheating. And cheating comes in different shape, size, and forms. You can get illegal players by, do they live in the area? I bet a whole lot of public high schools in St. Louis can relate to this. And county schools and magnet schools and whatever. A lot of kids didn't live at that address where you're supposed to be at that school. Why didn't you go to the school you were supposed to? How many teams in the PHL, in the county, and magnet schools benefited from a kid not living in that school zone, using somebody else's address? I know quite a few people that used the same damn address, and none of them were related. True story. But that's not my problem. It's over. It's in the past. Leave it back there. It's just like a relationship. Let that shit go. Let it go. Bye, Keisha. But it goes even further. There's cheating in intramural sports. There's cheating in amateur sports. There's cheating in men's competitive softball. You're damn right it is. And I've seen people cheat in a way that makes me scratch my head. I think federal charges need to be brought against you. This is more than beyond an illegal player. And no, I'm not talking about shaved bats, because shaved bats are not illegal. I've done a whole podcast on that. If you got a shaved bat, good for you. But what I'm talking about is using players damn right should not be on that team. That's why they came out with different classifications in softball, to prevent bullshit like that. You get your ranking. Once you become a A or a B ball player, you can't go down, morons. You can't drop down. If you're a major player, or A player, or B player, and you out here playing in D and E tournaments, that's what I call people who've never won. And cheating is taking another step in alumni sports. Yeah, alumni sports, there's cheating there too as well. Alumni sports is not anything that just started here locally in St. Louis, but it's been going on now for 7 years. Shout out to my man, Albert Thomas out of Sumner High School, who's been putting on this alumni softball tournament for about 7 years now. And it's been a lot of fun. You get to catch up on old times, see people you hadn't seen in a long time, play ball again with that person. I'm talking about actually guys that get on select teams and they play in this alumni tournament, and you're playing with actual guys you play high school baseball with. Things like that. That means a lot to people, and people who never played ball get a chance to get out there and play some alumni softball. And it was a lot of fun, the camaraderie. First it started out just all city schools. Then he brought in some county schools. Then we brought some DSEG programs in, and we brought in, the magnet school programs. And then all of a sudden, you get these powerhouses built. You got one team had 15 different people on there from 15 different high schools, but they're going up under one high school name. What the hell? No, that's not alumni. You know, that's not an alumni softball tournament. That's a real softball tournament out of town. That's the shit they do out of town. Put this jersey on. They don't know that's you. Using somebody else's ID to sign in for a tournament, Lord have mercy. I think I got out of softball at the right time. I think my vision left me at the right time. No pun intended, but I think I got out of sports at the right damn time. It is a mess what's going on with softball. If you have to cheat to win, you're never going to win. I'm going to keep it right there with the story I heard yesterday. We're over here talking about should sports be played? Should kids go to school? Should it be taught at home? But a story was shown to me yesterday about kids in sports. There was a middle school kid and there was a high school kid. And everyone is talking about should they go to school? Should they not go to school? How are you going to teach them? But on the back burner has been sports. And a lot of these kids, and the story that I saw yesterday, they were doing fine academically. But what put them on a map was their ability to play sports. And it's taken them to a place that they never thought they would be. They're going to a place that someone in their family has never been. There's a 7th grader. He's about to be the first one in his family to make it to the 8th grade. Did you hear what I said? He's about to be the first one in his family to make it to the 8th grade. He is getting a full ride to a private school that has a football team, and he has excelled at football to the point in his academics on point that this school is giving this young man the opportunity to come in there and show his talent free of charge. But now it's being put on hold due to the pandemic, due to no fall sports. Going to the young man that's in high school. He's the first person in his entire family ever to graduate high school. He's about to be the first person ever to go to college. He's still going to attend college. But the way he got to this college is by football. His talent got him there, as well as his mindset. They're trying to make their life better. They're trying to get away from the nonsense that's been around them. But now that's being put on hold. As much as we're talking about the safety of sports, the precautions out there with this pandemic that's going on, and the learning curve these kids and parents got to get through, have we really thought about the way out for these kids? Have we stopped the way out for these kids? A lot of these kids want to get the hell away and get a better opportunity for themselves. But now that's being put on hold. So how do we get beyond that? And who's to blame on that? That's not an easily fixed answer. That's going to take a platform of people to get together to figure that out. It's not easy. And there was a lot of kids chiming in on this. I was sitting back in awe, just thinking, I don't have a kid in high school. Thank fucking God. I don't have a kid in school. Thank fucking God. Everybody's done. Because at this time, you got to make a tough decision as a parent. Your job or your kid's education. Because you can't stay home. You can't watch Lil Justin every damn day, 24/7, because he will have a house party. He's going to go in the liquor cap. That's going to happen. Some woman going to be in your bed while y'all at work. That's a part of life. It's going to happen. But how do we get beyond that? How? I've heard several suggestions that they're saying they can start their own league here in Missouri and Illinois outside of school. Isn't that like the same way that homeschool kids got a chance to play sports? Or am I wrong? I'm not an educator. I'm asking questions just like everybody else out here, just like everybody else. And the questions that I'm asking, no one seems to have even thought about responding to them. The hell with trying to figure out a college schedule. The hell with that. They know how to get their lesson in. They've been on a VR for a long time on the collegiate level. But high school and middle school, the resources and the tools, that's what we're missing right there. We're missing it. I need some train of thought here. I need a Dr. James, M.D. to come up in here and explain this to us. on how can we put the hope back in these kids that are trying to get out by means of sports. What about that? Again, there's several ways to listen to the show. You can go to whostoblame.com as well. I would like to thank the sponsors in Missouri as well. Downtown St. Louis, we have Game 6 Honky Tonk Joint, BB's Jazz, Blues, and Soups, Barbecue Madman. It's available at patios when they're open or at your local grocery. Just check it out, my man. And also in historic Soulard, Allstate Insurance, Jim and Julie Price. Get your golf cart insured today. Great Grizzly Bear, the Woodjack, Hammerstone, Knights, and Hours. Jamie, I see you, girl. I see you. Also, Physique as well. Always Towing. Guys, I want you to get out here and have a great and amazing day. And don't forget the great words of this way back Wednesday. Don't compromise your principles. Or don't do it. It's not worth it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Thank you for tuning into the show. In the words of my great grandson, sure, that's your baby. What do I call this stuff? What do I call this stuff? Who's the get our sports fix? Let's get our sports fix in today. Shout out to All Aspect Sports, the new podcast I'm a part of as a Major League Baseball contributor. I'm looking forward to the whole process with these guys. I've been sharing what they've been doing. They have some NBA that's been going on, which is really, really cool. And tomorrow's a special day from one of the Man Cave members, T Mac. Got that nickel coming tomorrow. Guys, enjoy your day. I'm a bulldog for life. PHL, sports members out there, huh? And we can't get mad at the Cardinals. We can't get mad at them for going to casino night. It's a damn pandemic. You got guys going to get wings in the strip club, do order food to go. Now the Cardinals having casino night. What do you expect athletes to do when they play a kid's game? They're going to act like a child every now and then. Come on. Come on, guys. Who really honored the high school suspension? Who really did? Who really honored the punishment at home? Nobody. Only way you honored it because Miss Johnson knows as across the street was going to get mad at the athletes. All we can do is laugh with the athletes. Hey, you guys want to go to the casino? What team ever said, hey, you know, it's a pandemic going on. Hey, you don't have to go. You don't have to go. Got the van out front. Who's coming with? I'm done.